Hey, good morning. It is Wednesdays with Deanna. Hello. I hope everyone's doing great out there on this beautiful day. And it's my turn for Daily Devo. Before I start, I want to tell you guys that tonight we're starting our new summer series called Quake at Night. And it is going to be amazing. It's going to be hilarious. It's kind of like a Tonight Show setup. So I think you guys will really, really enjoy it. So tune in tonight at 7 p.m. online, either on Facebook or on First McKinney. And I think you guys are going to really like this. We're doing it all summer. So we'll start out online, and by the end of the summer, we'll be meeting in person. And we'll give you more details about that as the summer progresses, probably in the next week to 2 weeks, kind of what we're planning and how we're going to meet together and stuff like that. So anyway, so for today's Daily Devo, Sunday we had Senior Sunday service, and we sang one of my favorite songs right now. And before Justin introduced it, he started talking about Daniel and his friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And it's the story of them going into the fire, into the furnace. And the song is There's Another in the Fire, I think is what it's called. It's kind of one of my favorite songs right now. And I've been thinking about that. And this morning I just decided to reread it because I do love Daniel and all the different prophecies and the stories of Daniel. So I'm in Daniel 3. And basically kind of what's been going on is Nebuchadnezzar had said, hey, I want you guys worshiping this idol. And Daniel and his friends were refusing to do that. And so there was a decree set out if you didn't. And so Daniel's 3 friends would not bow down and worship. So I'm going to pick up in let's go with verse 21. So he was really mad, and he ordered them into the furnace, and then he ordered them to heat the furnace 7 times more than it usually was. And in 21 it says, then these men were tied up in trousers. I'm going to have to move this a little bit. Tied up in their trousers, their coats, their caps, and other clothes, and were cast in the midst of the furnace of the blazing fire. Because of the king's command was urgent and the furnace had been made extremely hot, the flame of the fire slew those men who carried, so the men who carried Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were basically killed because it was so hot. But these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell in the midst of the furnace of blazing fire, still tied up. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astounded and stood in haste. He said, was it not 3 men we cast into the midst of the fire? And they replied, certainly, O king. But he said, look, I see 4 men loosed and walking about in the midst of the fire without harm. And the appearance of the 4th is like a son of the gods. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near the door of the furnace, and he responded, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, come out, you're servants of the Most High God, and come here. And they came out amidst the fire. And the prefects, the governors, the king, high officials gathered around and saw in regard to these men that the fire had no effect with their bodies. Not a single hair on their head was singed, nor trousers damaged, or they didn't even have the smell of fire upon them. So, as we're going through our SOS model, I'm kind of like amazed at it because basically Nebuchadnezzar was on fire himself. He was so mad, and he was like, I'm going to take care of this, and it's going to be epic. And so not only did he like added fuel to the fire in a way on Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, because he he put all these clothes on him, all this stuff that could catch fire. And he's like, I'm not even giving them a chance, and I'm going to bind them up. And it was crazy. Like, it's crazy to think about the level he went to make sure that these three men kind of got burnt up in the flames. And yet, as much as he did everything humanly possible to make this happen. God is bigger. God is bigger. And God did a miracle of all miracles. Not only in the midst of this fire, he broke their chains, like they were no longer tied up. And when they came out of the fire, what a testament to God and what he can do in your lives. Because not only were they not bound anymore, their clothes were intact. There was nothing wrong on their body. They didn't even smell like they had been in a fire. So to me, that talks about the power of God in your life. You are going to be in furnaces in your life. I mean, things that you just think you cannot possibly overcome. Everything is against you. Whether it be friends, whether it be, I don't know, the environment you're in, who knows? And you may feel tied, but with the power of God, the power of Christ in your life, he can break those chains. He can walk through everything with you, and you can come out on the other end with no damage at all. Nothing, because he is that powerful. The God of the Old Testament is still the God of 2020. He has the power to create miracles like that, not only in your life, but in my life as well. So I guess I'm asking today, where are you? Do you have that power of God in your life? Have you made Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior? Are you willing to do what Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did? Are you willing to risk it, and let the power of God pull you through? So that's what I want to share with you. I hope you're out there saying, yes, I do. Saying yes to God. So I love you guys dearly. I'm proud of you guys, and see you tonight. Please don't miss Youthquake tonight. I promise you, it's amazing. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.